Welcome to Geeks Corner. I'm Mr. Daps.
I'm Katie.
And we're so excited that you're here tonight as we say hi to a lot of new things at the Disneyland Resort. 1 here, 2 coming. It's going to be a great night.
Yeah. Apparently it's the spooky episode and I should have worn something spooky.
I'm not wearing anything spooky. I'm just a bow tie. I don't know. You know. Maybe if I make it crooked more, it'll be, I don't know.
I have a shirt. I'm going to say this. I have a shirt that's cats. They're black cats playing with yarn. And the yarn makes a symbol that would be great for tonight.
It's
a spooky symbol.
So what should people do, Katie?
You should go into the chat and tell us where you're watching from. And you should tell us, can't think of something to say. Who's your favorite Muppet?
Oh, I like that. Who is your favorite Muppet?
Who's your favorite Muppet? We have answers, but we'll answer later.
Who's your favorite Muppet?
I'll answer later.
Oh, later? Okay.
Yeah, I'll answer later.
All right.
I'm going to keep the mystery alive.
For the meantime, though, we are going to go with what's on Mr. Dapp's desk.
What is it?
Which we need to make like a transition thing for that. But tonight, I have a book that I have kind of read, but you don't really read cookbooks. It's more of I've gone through it. And
I read this cookbook.
No, I have not. But it is Marvel Eat the Universe, the official cookbook by Justin Warner.
So is it...
Who, if you've watched the Food Network, you might have seen him on like Guy's Grocery Games. Mm-hmm. You might have seen him on America's Next, what is it? Next Food Network Star? The Next Food Network Star, yep. You might have seen him on Tournament of Champions. Mm-hmm. Lots of those. But he is a huge Marvel geek, it turns out. And he wrote this cookbook, and it was given to me for my birthday.
You had a birthday?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
A couple weeks ago. And he also won 24-hour restaurant battle at the age of 26.
Good for him.
And then he went on to win. I should have just read the back. Food Network Star, Cutthroat Kitchen.
I love Cutthroat
And also
Kitchen.
Guy's Grocery Games. And he also hosts Marvel's Eat the Universe on Marvel.com. And he's written 3 cookbooks. Wow. This is one of them.
So are we eating the universe before or after Thanos snapped?
No. I haven't read enough of the book.
That might be a spoiler.
The plan is we're going to find at least one recipe in here, maybe more. And we will do a video of making something from this cookbook. There were a few options. There's also some really weird options. So
there's frog legs.
There are frog legs.
I'm so sorry to Taryn because they just said their favorite Muppet is Kermit. And yeah. I just said we should make frog legs. I'm so sorry, Taryn.
That's ironic.
There's actually a lot of really great answers in the chat. We've got some Swedish Chef.
Mm-hmm. I see multiple animal.
Multiple animal, which
Uncle Deadly, Rizzo.
Uncle Deadly,
good.
Rizzo, Kermit.
My vote would go with Taryn.
Yeah, well, yours is Kermit.
Yes, easily.
Mine is Beaker.
Shocked.
I just love Beaker. He's a little beacon of chaos. Bad things just happen to him, you know?
Yeah.
I love him. And as you all know,
yes, that's not Marvel, but we could have French fried frog legs.
As everyone knows, I love Bunsen and Beaker in Muppets ABC. So,
which is thankfully still on Disney Plus. Watch lots of Muppets
on
Disney Plus to keep it there.
I know you all hate Muppets ABC, and when you bring up the things that you don't like about it, I'll have to be honest. I tune those things out. You guys go, but Denise. Honestly, I go, I forget about Denise.
You could make that argument with Star Wars. You can make it with Star Trek. You could make it with any franchise. Toy Story, Cars. Think of how many people gripe about Cars too. But I think
loves Cars.
I think and I think at the end of the day, every franchise has its thing or multiple things. And at the end of the day, you can either choose to gripe about it, or you can just be like, nah. It's just one of those,
to me,
those parts that maybe weren't your favorite in whatever franchise.
Because at the end of the day, I don't care what people have to say to me about what I like and don't like. What mattered to me was when the actual Muppet performers started being like, yeah, we don't like Muppets ABC. I was like, no! But
at the same time,
it's like Steven Spielberg not liking Hook.
And it's also better to have Muppets ABC than nothing at all.
Can you believe
Steven
Spielberg hates Hook?
Yeah.
I can't.
I remember this.
I can't.
But it kept things moving forward
We got more Muppets out of it.
Yeah. I mean, it kept the franchise moving forward, and I think that's important. And you could say the same for Star Wars, Star Trek, all these things, which is very unfortunate that Prodigy got canceled and deleted off of Paramount Plus already 3 days after cancellation, I think it was. And
Paramount Plus has been brutal.
Yeah,
they did that to Rise of Pink Ladies too,
and they just raised the price. I got a friend in Pink Ladies. Yeah, I'm very bummed.
No, I was really looking forward to watching it because I hadn't gotten around to it yet, and they said it's gone.
Yeah. Very unfortunate
Thanos
and not a good choice.
I don't like it.
And honestly, like I hope there's some sort of a negative financial whatever happening because of this, because I just don't like that. And if they keep deleting stuff off these streaming services, then we're never going to get Boatniks on Disney Plus.
And my minor soapbox is I think that creators of all types, people behind the scenes, in front of the cameras, extras, whoever, should have the opportunity to show off their work. And that's my humble opinion. They should be able to show their family, they should be able to show their friends, and it shouldn't be this like intangible item that can be taken away from them at any time. I go back to the Kristen Shaw tweet of, hey, my show's being, does anyone know where I could pirate it? Because I want to show my kids someday.
Well, and I really think it comes down to they're just trying to get tax write-offs. And that's kind of the worst reason in the world to get rid of stuff, because I think it's a very short-sighted reason to fix something short-term that really long-term could have, gained some traction. Especially like Prodigy, I did watch, and it was very solid Star Trek. And I will say to the people that slammed Prodigy or slam Lower Decks or slam Discovery or whatever one it is that you don't particularly like, is somebody else does like it. So just be nice.
Honestly,
why, you like Miss Piggy, I like Kermit, or you like it's the tomato thing.
I like the sequel trilogy.
Like, you don't really need to rag on other people because they like things that you don't like, because if we all like the same thing, it would be boring.
It's true. This show would be so much less interesting.
Boring. Yes. All right. Speaking about things we may or may not like, Nick Fury has arrived at Avengers Campus. He's also returned to Disney Plus. We have both watched the first episode of Secret Invasion. There is not a review up on Daps Magic, but we do have the video of Nick Fury's first, I guess you could call it an encounter at Avengers Campus. And I really thought this was a great use of the character in Avengers Campus. Like, it was super cool.
It fits perfectly.
Yeah. And I like that it changes different times. And I did notice they updated the chalkboard since I saw it last week from what I saw online today, but super cute show. And I think a really good use. Yes. It's heroic, you could say. But it's a good use of the character. It's a good use of interaction. It's kind of it almost reminded me of, what was it, the training thing that was in Hollywood Backlot?
Oh,
Avengers training campus?
Avengers Assembled.
Avengers Assembled, yeah. But it kind of reminds me of that on a much smaller scale, and it's very fun. And I hope they do more things like that and with more characters, and maybe not just the ones that are currently on Disney Plus, because I would love to see like Wanda come back and do something, or I don't know. Like, I think there's lots of things that could be fun from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That, like, what about even Spider-Man doing something? And I like the idea of Avengers version of Department of Untapped Hilarity. What did you think of Secret Invasion first episode with no spoilers?
Not my thing.
Fair. I will say,
to be fair,
it is my thing.
Yeah.
And I still wasn't blown away by it.
Yeah.
Like, I actually did not feel, it did not draw me in far enough to have an emotional connection to what was happening during the episode. And I didn't dislike it, but I didn't also, it wasn't like WandaVision where the first few seconds I was totally engaged and pulled in. And
that was a really long first episode.
Yeah, I'll be curious how.
So it was an hour.
Yeah. I'm liking that something's happening. I just there was, I don't know what it was. Like, I hope the next one pulls me in more.
I have to be honest, though. I was eating dinner while I watched the first episode. And the amount of times I would like look down to take a bite because I have this really weird thing where I have to look at my food when I'm eating it. He knows. Um, so sorry, anyone who's ever eaten with me. I have to see my food. And I would look down and I would look up and be like, oh my God, what did I miss? Because I felt like it's a lot of like visual things that you have to pay attention to. And I get confused easily.
And I will say the thing that I was kind of, I don't know, the holdup for me was a character choice that was made that I think I'm going to end up liking. So I would not be surprised at all at the end of the series if I go back and look at the first one and go, oh, I really like what they did there. Because I think we weren't supposed to like necessarily what happened. And I really do hope we get an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. at least shout out.
So I was about to ask.
Because there is a S.H.I.E.L.D. shout out in Avengers Campus now. In
the show?
Yeah, Nick Fury says shield's on the ground, sword is up above.
Well, that's not Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. That's not the show.
But it's a shout out close enough because at least they're acknowledging S.H.I.E.L.D. still.
Sure.
Which means that maybe someday we could get Agent Coulson
in
Avengers Campus.
That's not what I was about to ask. I was about to ask.
Yes.
Do you think there will be crossover cameo reference at all to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? The TV show, not S.H.I.E.L.D.
Maybe one.
Maybe.
If we're lucky.
I feel like a lot of people have said no because it's not canon, technically. But they could make it canon.
Never stopped them before. I'm like, they can do whatever they want. Honestly, if they want to give the show a boost, I would, put Daisy in it or something.
I've never watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
You should. It's fun. I liked it a lot. Some of it I didn't, but it's one of those overall. I was like, no, this did more than... I would love Agent Coulson to make another return.
When you have too many things to do on your to-do list and you're just paralyzed?
Yes.
Yeah, that's me with all the shows and movies I have to watch.
That is fair. I've got two movies right now I have to review, and I probably have to do it in the next few days.
Oh, that stressed me out.
Yeah, it happens. I just throw it on while I'm working on other things. So we already have Nick Fury in Avengers Campus. On Friday, we're going to have Indiana Jones, not just heading to theaters, but he's also going to be heading to Adventureland, which makes me think of, was it 20,000 or 2012 when they had the Indiana Jones show and he would run around and fight people in Adventureland, which was absolutely amazing.
I never saw
And it was super, like, I think it was before that, maybe. I don't remember when it was. I should have looked that up. I didn't.
Guys, when was it?
About it.
You have access to the internet right now.
There you go. But they did this show that was very short-lived in Aladdin's Oasis.
Yes.
And then they would go out into Adventureland and there'd be like a fight on the bridge for Tarzan's Treehouse in 2008. Thank you, Roger. And
he did what?
Yeah. But I would love to see him not just walking around Adventureland, but like being Indiana Jones, like doing Indiana Jones stuff in Adventureland.
He's on the extended queue for Jungle Cruise. You're like, how'd he get up there?
Honestly, though, like, yeah, because Indiana Jones isn't going to be someone that's signing autographs in my world. Like, I'm thinking, like, think of the character. Like, he's not a celebrity. Like, he is, but not in the world he lives in. He's just a renowned archaeologist.
I think would be super funny for the bit, but I won't do because I recognize that performers are people and we shouldn't creep them out.
Oh no.
In Raiders, when he's teaching and the girl closes her eyes and it says, I love you.
I would be shocked if somebody doesn't do that this summer. I almost guarantee that's coming.
I know, but I feel like I need to respect people's boundaries and I feel like that would be kind of weird. But like, could you imagine?
Yeah. He is a professor, but that's your popular professor that is not
famous.
Harrison Ford. Yeah. I think it's going to be a fun ride. I think it's going to be really fun to see Indiana Jones in the land. And we did see him at one of the Disneyland After Darks
night.
And was it 90s night? Yeah. And that was very fun.
In the queue. That was so fun.
And I think, honestly, you could put him in the queue there if it's not being used too much. You could put him up above Jungle Cruise. You could put him in the Jungle Cruise.
He's just with the elephants.
Because there's ways you could get him back there. I've walked around back there for special events legally. And
you went to the jungle?
yeah, had breakfast there.
I'm in denial.
Mm-hmm. But no, I think you could do a lot of things with that would be really fun. Maybe he shows up occasionally in the tiki room looking for dinner.
So I like to imagine
Tropical hideaway.
I like to imagine, you know how they used to do the thing? They don't do it anymore. They used to do the thing at Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular where they pretended to pick somebody from the audience and that person was a stunt performer.
Yeah, before the pandemic.
Yeah, now they don't pick audience members anymore. I think what should happen, and stop me if I go too far, I think they should have that, but just like a guest that kind of gets hit in the face by Indiana Jones.
That'd be fun.
People are like, did that guy just punch somebody?
That'd be funny. Yeah.
I just think it'd be great. I like to imagine he walks into the tiki room, just poof, and then walks out.
There you go.
It belongs in a museum.
That would be funny.
And then just leaves.
Sure. Or somebody in Tropical Hideaway.
It just slaps a dollop out of their hand.
Yeah, me hilarious.
Belongs in a museum.
Yeah, there you go.
He could reunite Rosita. He'll solve the mystery.
If you want to see what they do now, we do have the full video up on our YouTube channel, and I'll put it in the show notes tonight. Yeah, that'd be cool. One note is I am wearing an Indiana Jones cardigan that is from Her Universe. There's a whole Indiana Jones line that is now available, and you can go to heruniverse.com and see it, get it, and then take pictures in your cardigans in your best Dr. Jones lookalike or other stylings, and let me know.
Play the Taylor Swift song Cardigan.
There you go. If you don't get hit by copyright.
Did you know that she has a song called Cardigan?
Yes.
I'm so proud.
I know, I'm learning. All right. Also this weekend on Friday, Rogers the Musical will be coming to the Hyperion Theatre. Mr. Doug Marsh and I will be there on Thursday for the preview for media, and we will be letting you know what we think right after we've seen it. And I think we're seeing it during the day.
Oh,
because we're actually supposed to be there late morning, and then I think we stay through whenever. I'm going to find out the specific details. So we will be going live after we've done the event, and we will talk about what we thought of it. And the early reviews and so far have been very positive.
I just got one of those.
Great.
I will say, Mr. Daps just got invited to that really cool birthday party that says it starts at 2. It ends at ? That's the kind of party you're going to. It's a very fun party.
We will be there again on Friday, and so hopefully we bump into you as well. You won't be there, but I will be.
I have to.
Somebody has to work.
I have to work, and then I have to call in for jury duty.
That's so exciting. All right. We also got new details and an opening timeline. Oh, also we have a guide for the virtual queue if you need to know how to use that.
Written by the best person that I know to get virtual
Angela, because she's the only one of our group that actually gets virtual queues because we're all too slow. All right. There's new details and an opening timeline for San Fransokyo Square. And I'm just going to say, this looks awesome.
It's so good.
I like that right now we've got quite a few different things that as we see more about them, we're learning, like we're liking them more. San Fransokyo being one of them. In fact, I saw on Instagram or Twitter or something today that hear us now. Talk.
Hi, can you guys hear us? Did you enjoy my production of Hello, My Baby? Hello, My Honey? Hello, my baby. I was the little frog, the little frog with a top hat and a cane. I can't see the chat.
Oh, you know what died?
What died? Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
What did you do?
I don't know. I think I broke it.
What did you break?
Nothing. It's back now.
Okay, well we have our sound. Hopefully you can hear us both. And
Do I still wear my microphone? I already took it off. Okay.
You're good.
I was like, I took it off.
Anyway, I think San Fransokyo is looking great. It's gonna be really fun.
Really worried I was gonna lose my Bodine bread bowls, but I'm not.
No.
So I literally was like, okay, love that they're changing it, super cute. But I was like, will I still have a bread bowl? I do. We're good.
The thing I'm curious about is if the dragon. It's true. Bailey was right. The Ghost of Daps Studios had to make an appearance.
Well, it is the episode.
Like we knew something was going to go wrong. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how these all play out. And I like that we're getting some stuff in July and it'll be completely done by the end of August. And
I will say,
yes,
nothing's ever going to happen to Rita's.
No, they keep bringing it back.
She is an opening.
Why don't you bring the mic closer to you so they can hear you? Not that close. Let's just put it right here. There we go. Great. Anyway, it's gonna.
Rita's
she's just gonna get a new name.
She is an opening day attraction. No, I think Rita's is still in the name though.
It might be.
I think I went. Rita's is still in the name. She is an opening day attraction. There is not many of those left. Okay, we're at what are we at? Soarin' and Rita's. Okay, that's it. That's all we've got.
There we go.
And we might even argue that Soarin' is not an opening day attraction.
I'm just curious if the dragon comes back to Lucky Fortune.
I hope not.
Cookery, and I'm hoping not to. But
not because we have anything against dragons. Well, kind of do.
Meh, you know. Opening day bathroom too in back in the corner.
The best bathroom in Disney's California Adventure Park.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
The greatest bathroom.
It is very true.
It's the only bathroom I use.
Mm-hmm. What are you most looking forward to though in San Fransokyo?
I think I'm just excited because to me, in my opinion, the wharf area has been very like drab and colorless. So I'm just excited there's going to be a very colorful aspect because to me, and yes, this is not it's not like the actual Bay Area. It is a fictionalization of San Fransokyo. But to me, San Francisco and the Bay Area is colorful. It's bright. It's painted ladies. It's Santa Cruz. It's like all of these very bright, colorful things. And I never felt like the energy matched that.
I will say it was interesting in Oakland we were driving through Oakland on Sunday. And you have kind of like the painted ladies right next to like a convenience store. And it was very weird. And I wanted to take pictures, but I also just wanted to be safe. So I didn't.
That's fair.
Yes. All right. Anyway, we got a featurette about not the making of, but basically just the whole process of, I guess it's kind of the making of
a little bit.
Haunted Mansion.
It's a making of
back and forth. It's a mini featurette about the making of Haunted Mansion, and this comes to theaters at the end of July. And this is another case where I feel like the more that we see, the more that we like of this movie, which very much surprises me because it had a big hill to climb. I feel like
it was going against the masterpiece that was 2003's Haunted Mansion
and the attraction. And so we've seen trailers, we've seen teasers, we've seen a couple interviews, and now we have this Welcome Foolish Mortals featurette. What did you think of the featurette?
It's so good. So I think was the most hesitant of the two of us for this.
Yes. I was cautiously optimistic. Now I'm full on optimistic.
Yes. I just wasn't sure about it. And I'm so sorry guys, I talk about this like every week. I listened to the episode of Films to Be Buried with the producer of the film, Justin Siemens. And he's delightful. And
Did he direct it?
Director.
Okay.
Yes, director. I'm so sorry. I get confused on titles.
It's okay.
I don't know what anyone does. Guy. And he had this passion for the Haunted Mansion, and that made me really excited. And then watching this featurette and seeing how much detail and attention to the attraction, and you had moments in Eddie Murphy's Haunted Mansion that was like, oh, that reminds me of this part. Oh, that reminds me of this part of the attraction. And this is full on like, oh my God, that's the attraction. Oh my God, that's the attraction. And this featurette we watched twice, full disclosure. And both times
actually I've watched it 3 times now because I watched it when I posted it.
We watched it twice, like back to back is what I'm saying. And it's just exciting. So I'm all about it. I love this cast. I love most of this cast. I am super excited, and I think that I'm going to actually be a little bit spooked by this movie.
I almost guarantee it. I'm excited for it because the more I see details about the film, the more that you can see the details that they brought from Disneyland's version of Haunted Mansion into the film, from the exterior to the interior to different rooms to fireworks above us to
that's much like the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland.
Maybe. But the details, like it doesn't look like they took the Haunted Mansion and filmed in it, which I think they did for some interviews that we'll see eventually. But it does look like they did a very nice recreation of if this house was not at Disneyland in New Orleans Square, this is what it would look like in New Orleans. And because like it's a little bit wider and there's more pillars in the front, and some of the rooms seem a little bit bigger and whatever. And so I'm hoping as we go through this film, we're going to get to see more versions or more iterations of different rooms. Like I want to see the ghost piano player. Like that would be cool.
Oh yeah.
I do know we get to see the organist, and that looks like from behind, it looks pretty much like what you see in the attraction. And I saw some moments that recreate different scenes in the paintings in the stretching room, and like there's just so many different little connections. And then I feel like they've done a nice job with the cast where like Owen Wilson I think is going to be a standout. Like
wow,
like I just think he's always funny, but like I just think he's gonna be one of those quotable characters in the film, and Danny DeVito too. And I have a feeling they're gonna end up being like buddies or something.
Danny DeVito, I love your
and
work.
I just love the thought of the two of them being like buddy cops of ghosts, but not Ghostbusters.
Ghost buddy cops.
Yes. Buddy pals.
But ghosts.
Yes. Against ghosts. Unless Danny DeVito ends up being a ghost.
Oh, so we're going 2003 Haunted Mansion.
Yeah, you know.
Is that what we're doing?
You never know.
Here?
I do have to wonder if we might not hear him say ka-chow, but I do have to wonder if at any point we're going to see a lightning looking car in the background, you know, like the Pixar thing.
There's a joke. You aren't on the internet very much, so I'm the chronically online one. There is a joke of like, guys, the storm's crazy. I caught lightning on camera. And then people go, ka-chow. And it's like a Lightning McQueen thing. I just want to see that.
Actually, I've seen that.
Oh my God. Wow.
Yeah, I know. Shocking.
We love him.
So amusing, I know. But I'm thinking 2 thumbs up for this.
I'm also thinking 2 thumbs up from listening to the podcast, the things that I talked about. If you guys want to hear that, just go listen to the podcast. I'm not going to recount it for you. But between that and this featurette and everything we've seen out of it, I'm super stoked. I genuinely think I'm going to love this.
I just hope there's some nods to the music.
That's fair.
Like, I would love if there were nods to the music. Like, lots of nods to the music. Welcome to Geeks Corner. Plus, by the way, if you have any questions or topics you'd like us to talk about in the last few minutes of the bonus part of this show, let us know in the comments, and we will definitely try to hit them if we see them quickly enough. And yes, Clocky does send Daps TikToks on a regular.
You send him TikToks more often than I do.
Yeah, and then I just forget to open it.
I don't send him TikToks because I know he won't watch them.
If you text them to me, I do usually. But yeah, I'm hoping Grim Grinning Ghosts will be in there, and
it better be. And yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
And not necessarily just like a rock version of it. Like I would love to hear, like even if the nod to it was the ghost piano player.
I think that
playing
if
the
we
piano.
see,
Like, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I think that's where it would be. Oh God.
We are halfway to Geeksmas. We have nothing planned this year. We'll probably start thinking about it in like 5 or 6 months.
In November. We'll probably start thinking about it December 22nd.
Although sometimes we think early. You never
Wait,
know.
I could give you guys a date right now for the show.
Sometimes it moves forward and back.
I'm thinking.
I will say, anybody who's even remotely interested in Disney's Jollywood Nights, please tweet dates at me or reach out to me with dates, because I got confused this week and that got confusing.
I'm gonna send you pictures of dates.
Perfect.
Like
and
the fruit dates.
Okay, you can do that too. Because we can look at that, and if we can pull it together of a potential date in the next 24 hours, we'll figure at least a starting point for getting tickets on
Taryn, come
Thursday.
with us. Taryn, come with us.
Um,
I can almost guarantee the Christmas episode will be December 12th.
Yeah, looking at that, I think there's a very good chance that would be
I can almost guarantee it.
The Geeksmas.
So mark your calendars, bad boy. Okay, because Christmas is on a Monday.
Exciting.
So mark that down. Jot that down. Which means that Christmas Eve is on a Sunday.
There you go.
We'll block that at Disneyland.
What's the date next Tuesday?
What's the date next Tuesday?
Yeah.
I don't know. Do I look like a calendar? Oh, 4th of July.
We will probably be having Geeks Corner on Wednesday next week, as things will be exploding. This area gets very, very, very loud.
Very loud.
It sounds like a war zone here.
But you know what we could do
Hmm.
for Patreon? We could do a fun little Geeks Corner from the cart.
We might do a Geeks Corner behind the scenes for Patreon only at 8 o'clock next Tuesday. We'll see.
Because this will be the last 4th of July with the golf cart. So,
there you go.
Geeks Corner from the cart.
There you go. All right, so we might do that. I like the idea of talking about the new Muppet Show in Hollywood Studios, Taryn. That could be a lot of fun.
Bring them on. Bring them on.
Mikey says he's looking forward to Haunted Mansion just for the amount of details. I totally agree.
I also will not be acknowledging that we wanted to eat a goat. Not even. It has been 3 years. Still not over that. Okay. We're not talking about the goats.
Have you eaten goat before?
Do you not remember the bit? You don't remember the bit.
I thought we were talking about when we scared you at the goat part.
No, we're talking about how I wanted a pet goat and the rest of the party wanted to eat said goat.
Oh, I do remember
the goat
this.
that I named Ba.
I thought I'd blocked that out, but yes, I do remember that now.
Yeah, so I've
Fair.
never eaten goat. Same
Okay.
I had never etten duck until 2 months ago.
Okay, I've scrolled back. I'm not seeing anything in the chat, so we will probably. I'm going to bring the show together. Yes, you are.
Please break into the show.
That was never resolved about the goats in Daps and Dungeons.
In my headcanon, and I can't speak for the rest of the party,
Mhm.
Ba went on to live a very happy life as a pet and then died of old age and was never eaten for meat.
What if he became the benevolent dictator of the land?
I don't think that could ever happen, actually.
You never know.
No, I don't think it could.
Anything can happen. That's the story can go anywhere you make it. That's what I was told. We might, if there's enough interest, we might be doing a one-off at some point with our friend Hopper. And,
Who's Hopper?
Who
I've
is
never
Hopper?
met her before.
I don't know. But anyway, Katie, we are running out of time. What should people do?
Go to dapsmagic.com, check out all the Disney and geek news as it happens, subscribe to our mailing list, find our Patreon. I don't know, do fun things.
Good call. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. We've got a lot of content going up, including weekly updates about the construction progress, I should say, in downtown Disney. We'll also be doing semi-regular updates on how the transformation to Tiana's Bayou Adventure is going at Critter Country, I guess, as well. So you won't want to miss any of that, along with our coverage of Indiana Jones, of Rogers the Musical, and more versions of the Nick Fury encounter. But that is all the time we have for you this week. So we will see you around the corner.
Ka-chow.